The recent issue of massive soil erosion in the Kacharighat area in Dibrugarh town by the Brahmaputra had almost threatened to breach the Dibrugarh Town Protection Dyke, thereby threatening the very existence of the town. However, things are now coming to normalcy due to the relentless efforts put in by the Water Resources Department with assistance from the Dibrugarh District administration. Well, residents and organizations in Dibrugarh town are still worried about the issue. The Water Resources Department officials are trying to find out theories as to what might have triggered the erosion. And our Dibrugarh correspondent Ripunjay Das is in ground zero to bring us a detailed report. Well, Ripunjay, over to you.
Yes, Pooja, we are on ground zero at Kacharighat in Dibrugarh, where this problem of erosion had occurred a couple of days, in fact a few days ago, which almost threatened the existence of the Dibrugarh Town Protection Dyke, which is the 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗠 of this important town of Assam. Pooja, we have with us the Assistant Engineer of Water Resources Department, and he is the site in charge here, and he is looking after all the works, anti-erosion works being carried out by the department today. Of course, there are other senior officials also who are also regularly on this site. Pooja, I would like to interact with him and know the reasons. Generally, we see that erosion occurs during the floody season, rainy season. After the floods are over, then gradually erosion takes place. But now it's almost the end of the winters, and we have seen sudden erosion. People in Dibrugarh asking this big question is why this erosion occurred. What can you tell us?
Actually, the main reason I can say is that the main channel of the river Brahmaputra, it's a braided river. It has a lot of channels. So the main channel has shifted towards the southern side, or towards the southern bank, which has resulted into inflow of the huge volume of water, as well as the depth of the river in this southern bank is very deep. Yesterday we have conducted an ADCP survey, the survey which is meant for checking the ground level or the bed level of the river, and also the discharge. And what we found out that at a distance of nearly 30 or 40 meters from this point, from the bank, the depth is nearly 20 to 25 meters, which is like very deep. So a huge volume of water is coming this way, and as you can see over here, we have arranged for the apron. Right, near the apron earlier, this depth was very high, for nearly 12 to 13 meters. But yesterday we have concluded that the depth here is like 5 to 6 meters, which has decreased as compared to the day when the erosion was taking place.
So, as you said that you have already conducted surveys on this river as to what is the reason behind this erosion. So, there are theories going around that we have this Dibang, which is a furious river once again. And this had also shifted its channels, and a huge volume of water from the Dibang is also coming through Brahmaputra. So what is the actual truth behind this?
Right now, actually, the level of water is not that high, so we cannot conclude that only that is the main reason. Because what is the main reason? What we found out is that the depth on the other side, or northern bank of this Brahmaputra, is not that much. Whereas as compared to that side here, as I've already mentioned, it's like 20 to 25 meters. So the underground on the bed scouring, or you can say the erosion from the bed is taking place, which has led to this condition of the bank. And the river bank has shifted to about 20 meters as compared to previous year.
So, we have seen from the day one of this erosion that you have been putting in this geo bags, mega bags, screen, aprons, and other porcupines had also been. You are not using porcupines this time. Why?
Yeah, we have been using porcupine. As you can see, we have put down 3 screens on this part. And that is the main reason why you can say that the main channel, which was coming directly and hitting this part, has now shifted towards about 50 meters from from the bank. Earlier, the water was directly hitting the bank, and which was eroding the bed and was scouring the bed and causing the bank erosion. But now, because of the planting of this porcupines, launching of these porcupine screens, we have seen that the depth has shifted towards a bit far from the bank.
Now we all know that this work which you are continuing with, it's a temporary nature. So what kind of permanent solution you are planning? Because you are the trained person, you are the engineers, we will have to definitely find a permanent solution, because we can just see that it's only a few meters from the Dibrugarh Town Protection Dyke. So, and the monsoon and the rainy season is yet to come in full flow. So what kind of measure are you planning for permanent solution of this erosion?
The permanent solution is the bags and the other stuff as we do in the other parts, like the slope and the other thing. But right now what we've seen that it's very close to the dike. So we are trying to, right now we are planning for the apron. We have already done almost 20 meters apron we have already shifted, we have already placed, we have already done here. So now next step will be, we'll be trimming the side and we'll be putting bags so that even during the rainy season, the water does not strike the banks and cause more erosion in the future.
Tell me one more thing, which the people here also has a inquisitiveness to know. That we have seen erosion right from top, like 𝗟𝗓𝗦𝗦𝗔𝗠, then we saw 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗛𝗙𝗦𝗧, then last year we saw in 𝗔𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗔𝗠, and this year in Dibrugarh town. So this is continuing. So what is the basic solution? You are saying that you will be putting in some kind of a screen and all. But if it again continue in the downstream, so this will continue. So what is the permanent solution on this?
The permanent solution for now is like we have to put, we have already done schemes. We already has the NABARD schemes are going on in Nagaghuli area, 𝗓𝗏𝗏 area, and also 𝗟𝗏𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗔𝗠 area also we are continuing with our schemes where we have the bed slope, side slopes, and we have the apron, we have the tokies and the other things which will be protecting the banks from further erosion. That is the same thing that we do, and for now we are planning to do the same in the other parts as well.
And another issue is that some people were telling that due to the river cutting or something done by dredging by IWT, this has taken place. So is it true?
Actually, they have planted a screen in the far on the other side. Because of the southward movement of the channel or the braided channel, they also could not do it. Right, so it was creating some kind of adverse effects. We have immediately informed them. They have removed it. After that, you can see that the southward movement of this channel has continued, and then the erosion has been occurred.
Okay, it's going down. So that theory was well in your hand.
Yeah, we have informed them. They have immediately removed it, and after that, it's not. We cannot entirely blame it on them also, but they have immediately removed it when we informed them.
So again, there is another issue of this continuous erosion, which we have seen in the downstream also. Some place, one place you do work, then in the downstream it occurs, and so is the undercurrent making your job more challenging, or what is the nature of the? Has it changed over the years? Since we have seen the great earthquake of 1950s, the several courses of Brahmaputra has changed. Experts has also been saying that. So what do you like to say on that?
Before that, long before I was born, I have heard that the river used to be far away from this point. Right. So as I have already said, the southern movement of the channel or river Brahmaputra is the main reason for this kind of erosion in the bank. So what we have to do is we have to ensure some schemes and then you put the protection using geobags, geotubular mattress, as we have done in the just upstream of this point, that near the 𝗡𝗢𝗏𝗧𝗏 area or in the Kacharighat area. Right, we have done those schemes, and they are acting quite as a savior for the region. Yeah.
And another issue is that another solution people are talking about dredging. Dredging is an issue. We have seen a few years ago, dredging was done in the Nagaghuli area, where there was very sharp erosion that time also. So do you think that dredging is one possible solution to this erosion issue?
I'm not much familiar with the dredging because I have joined only 2 to 3 years back. But the research is going on in our high-level officers will decide what will be the next plan that will be taken into hand. Yeah.
So finally, what do you suggest? That people should be assured that Dibrugarh is safe, the town is safe, whatever work you are doing will save the town from further erosion. What do you like to say? What message?
Of course, we are working hard and our team is working very hard. All the officials are working hard and our administration is also giving us full support as much as they can. So like now, as you can see here, the condition is very stable, much stable as compared to the night the erosion began, right? So yes, we are there for you and feel safe.
So thank you very much. Pooja, that was the assistant engineer on site who is conducting and even overseeing the entire anti-erosion matter here, the project work, whatever is being done by the department. And he has clearly said us 2-3 points which is quite important. One is that the southern movement of the river has caused this erosion problem, and they are trying to find some reasons. Again, there was a issue of a screen being put up by the IWT, which is the Inland Water Transport, for navigational purpose. So that was one of the another reason which triggered this erosion. And again, in the upstream area, the Dibang changing course, that is also a matter of study. That Dibang, we know, is one of the fastest, furious moving river in the upstream, which gushes from the hilly slopes from in Arunachal Pradesh and meets the Brahmaputra at Dhola. So these are certain issues which the Water Resources Department is looking into, and in order, as you heard the engineers telling us, that in order to create find a permanent solution to this, they will have to continuously implement several projects which is already on the work is already on in various areas like Romoria, Nagaghuli in upstream area, Gujan, and downstream areas also. So hopefully, as he had also expressed hope and assured the people of Dibrugarh that they need not worry on this issue. Further, it will not create any kind of problem. So let us also hope that his assurance will turn into a reality in the days to come. Pooja?
All right, thank you, Ripunjay, for giving us that detailed report.